I'm Dominic, I'm a consultant. The reason I have referred families to Lionheart is at Lionheart Education, everything is under one roof. So whether your child is looking for university advice, private tuition, homeschooling, or perhaps you're in a state of crisis, I know that Lionheart has all of the expertise under one roof. And so it's really a one-stop shop for all of your education needs. I think the reason Lionheart's approach is so successful is they understand, old school ways of what success means, what academic rigour means, what it means to be successful, what it means to be a well-rounded character. But they combine this sort of traditional thinking with quite new school value. And this is really sort of looking at education as a sort of holistic thing, looking at one's wellness, looking at one's self-development, one's growth, one's potential. And what Lionheart does is they harmonise these two ways of learning so well. There's one family I referred to Lionheart, and they were adamant on sending their son to a certain boarding house at Harrow. What became quite obvious was the boarding house that they had in mind was really not the right cultural fit for their son. And it became quite apparent really through the process of them talking to Rupert and Ollie and their network of school advisors that the best approach was really not to try to mould their son to the school, but rather find the right boarding house that was the right cultural fit for their son. If you get the strategic advice and input from the very beginning right, the next 5 years for your child will more likely be a success. What amazes me about Lionheart is their ability to somehow match a student with the perfect personality fit of who will motivate their student and who will understand, unpick some of their passions and just drive along with it. So the leadership team at Lionheart, there isn't much that they haven't seen in the world of learning, good and bad. And it's this experience, it's this care, it's the due diligence that the entire team at Lionheart undertake that really sets them apart.